Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to go over this Worx Pegasus folding work table. Let's get to it. So after getting a new grill and having to build it in my garage, using my motorcycle as a workstation, you can see here I put the tools on my seat. The directions were on the fender and the saddlebag with the parts on the directions, parts falling. And after enough frustration, we've all been there, where you're like, I don't have enough space to do anything. I decided to get this folding work table, just so I had a place to put tools and parts and work like a normal person. So after a lot of research and looking around, I wound up getting this Worx Pegasus folding work table. I got to be right up front. The name I was not thrilled about. Like Pegasus. I picture this. But after unfolding it, winged horse. I get it. Sawhorse with wings, whatever. But once you get past the name, it's a pretty good table. I'm gonna take it off this table so we can get up close and show you some features of it. I'm super happy with it. I've used it on 3 projects so far. And the first one that I used it on convinced me that I had made a good purchase. So let me get it off the table. We'll go through some of the things that I like and the one thing that I really think is just ridiculous. So this is how easy it opens. Grab it. That's it. It doesn't get much easier than that. So you can see here that it has little trays that would hold the nuts and bolts, screwdriver, pencil, whatever you're working with. The top has a measure on it, both inches and millimeters. I don't really use that. I use a tape measure, but it's there if you need it. These containers are very handy to put parts in. I'll show you a couple pictures here of that. And this for screwdriver, pencil, whatever, keeps it from rolling off onto the ground. It also has these clamps, one on each side attached to it. They just simply slide out like that. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. Put the end in like that. Slide it in. Pull the trigger, and it will seat down in there. And then you have a clamp in your work table. So these are holes for clamp dogs that are attached to the base. I'll show you that in a minute. You can see here that the clamp dogs are stored right in the bottom of the table. Work them out like that. Put them wherever we want to clamp. Bear with my one-handedness. Put my piece in. The first project that I did, I was cutting punch stock, and this made it super easy. I just clamped it down. So if I wanted to cut this, I'd still put my hand there, but if you're cutting with a reciprocating saw or anything, it makes it so that your piece isn't shaking all over the damn place. I also had to widen the holes, so I had a step drill bit, and this made it handy to hold the piece while I drilled it. You can put the clamp in the other side. I didn't need it. I see some guys that will put both clamps in and then clamp a piece just with these clamps, not with the clamp dogs. And yeah, the piece will shake. And guys are talking about doing serious woodworking with this table. I don't know. If I was a serious woodworker, I don't think I would use a table like this. I think I'd build something. But for a table to take wherever you're working, to have your tools laid out, I'll show you here a couple pictures of how I had things laid out for projects that I did. One thing I see as people are clamping down here You know, they keep clamping. This piece winds up sticking out. You don't have to have it do that. If you simply push this lever and slide this to your piece, then you're only hitting the trigger about 3 times. Then you don't have anything sticking out the end, poking you in the groin as you're walking around the table. I don't understand why people don't show that. You wind up having all the pieces that you need and all the tools that you need right next to you at working height, like a surgeon or a dentist. They have all their instruments laid out, everything that they're going to need. It makes it handy to build things, to fix things. It's super light. Just take it to where you're working. So this bottom shelf, they call it a storage table, and that is a complete joke. This thing is flimsy as anything. Essentially, it just keeps the sawhorses from spreading too far. That's the only thing that I would use it for. I'm bringing this out to bring things up to working height, so I don't know why you would put something under there anyway, unless you were leaving this up long term, and that's not my deal. So I will tell you, on the first project that I used the table, again, I had to hold a piece in order to cut it with a reciprocating saw. I had to hold it to drill holes larger, hold it to put hardware in it, and then, of course, when I'm putting this, I'll show you a picture of the bracket. It was a bracket for a shade sail. So I had to hold the bracket up and drill holes. So I'm trying to hold on to the post, keep from falling off the deck rail. And I'm like, you know, you've been there. You do things by yourself. We do some stupid stuff. But I'm like, man, I'll just clamp this piece. I had the clamp right on the table. It's attached to it. So I held the piece up, got the clamp from the table, clamped it up there. It made things great. To have the clamps attached to the table, it's just one more thing you don't have to bring with you when you're doing something, and you will find it handy as anything. So along with all the obligatory safety warnings, it will tell you that as a sawhorse, it will hold 1,000 pounds. And 300 pounds distributed evenly. Max 20 pounds on the bottom shelf. I wouldn't even put that there. That's just worthless. So 300 pounds distributed evenly, 1,000 pounds as a sawhorse. I don't know. I guess I have better sawhorses. So I don't know that I would use this as a sawhorse. It does have the grooves to put a 2x4 in, but they're not that deep really. Let me close it and we'll take a look. So there's the channel. I mean, yeah, you could fit a 2x4 in there. It just sits kind of high for my taste. And I have dedicated sawhorses, so I don't think I would buy 2 of these tables to use as sawhorses, but I mean, if you wanted to, you could. I just don't like it. Then to close it, you push these buttons on each side and repeat it on the other side. Grab this bottom tray, fold it up, and take it away. So I've seen a lot of guys giving tons of warning about pinch points. It's a folding work table. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have pinch points. You do have to use your brain a little bit. I mean, come on. There's warnings plastered all over this thing about pinch points and everything else. If you use your brain, you should be fine. The legs and body are plastic, but they have this metal strip in. These buttons are metal and a metal support over here. The clamps are typical plastic clamp with a metal bar here. And on the bottom shelf, the attached clamp dogs. So the attachment points up here are metal to plastic. You would, I think for what it is, that you get very good use out of it. I don't see it breaking. So I hope the lighting was good. Like I say, it's a nice day out. Sorry about the slippers in the shot. I was doing a little bit of relaxing, but I did want to make a video about this because it's one of those purchases that I made like, hell yeah, I would definitely do this again. I wish they would do something different with this bottom brace. I could probably see that as a weak point, but if you're not putting things on it, I can't see why it wouldn't last a while. I think this is a total home run. If you like to work organized and not have things falling all over the place, it makes you kind of feel like the project doctor is in, you know. So that's the wrap up on this Pegasus folding work table. I think it's a good buy. I think that it's totally worth it. I'll put a link to it in the description. If you like the content, please like and subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. And we'll see you next time, right back here.